My first words are about our gratitude, our deep gratitude to the Malaysian government, the Malaysian authorities, the Malaysian people, the Malaysian members of parliament who have allowed us to come to this beautiful country and respect our human rights. Because contrary to accusations that has been raised against us by the Cambodian government, we are not criminals. We are Democrats. We are freedom fighters. And here in Malaysia, we have many friends. We have many like-minded people. This is my first word to express our gratitude to the Malaysian authorities.
Have you given up hope to go back to Cambodia, given that the all access blocked?
No, we will find another way to go back to Cambodia. I will be staying in the region because the situation can change very quickly. And I will go back in Cambodia when there is a material, a physical possibility to do so with my colleagues.
So will you be leaving Malaysia today with your deputy, or when are you going to leave?
We have different plans, but we will coordinate.
When will you be leaving Malaysia?
Myself, I'm leaving today, Malaysia. For my security, I cannot reveal where I'm going. As you know, it's not safe for us. Still not safe.
Mrs. Crazy, where will you be going?
I would give the same answer, I must put it.
I see. Okay, what do the people of Cambodia want at the moment? Are many of them crying for you to return to Cambodia?
They want freedom. They want a democratic change. They want democracy to prevail. This is a legitimate demand. You can understand them.
Are many of them asking for you and your colleagues to return to Cambodia?
You should ask them yourself, but there are many reports saying that the Cambodian people are eager for a democratic change, for a new leadership.
Sir, who did you meet inside, and what was the message to them, sir?
We met with a number of members of parliament from different parties, from the ruling coalition and from the opposition. So we are very grateful because they represent the entire Malaysian people.
And what was your message to them?
Would you be able to comment on the potential withdrawal of the EU's preferential trade status for Cambodia?
Yes, we believe that the negotiation will bear fruit because now there is negotiation beginning between the European Union and the Cambodian authorities aimed at preserving a system of trade preferences.
What impact will it have on the workers as well as the economy of Cambodia?
What we are doing is to prevent the suspension of the trade preference system. If we don't do anything, then the Cambodian people will suffer. They will lose jobs because of the suspension of trade preferences. So we have to take initiatives so that there is a democratic development. If democracy and when democracy is restored, then we can be assured that the assistance from the Western world will be preserved. It can be any time. It can be tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, depending on the result of the negotiations, ongoing negotiation.
You said it's just a matter of time before you return to Cambodia. Can you give me the kind of time frame that you're looking at, that you're hoping to end of this year?
It could be any time. It could be even tomorrow, even now, because we have received indications. The release of Mr. Kem Sokha, some statement, not very clear yet, but indicating that could be the measures against us can be lifted, temporarily lifted or partially lifted. So we have to get confirmation of those measures.
So you met with the Member of Parliament of Malaysia.
Yes.
Did you ask them for anything, for any help or something from the MPs here in Parliament House?
The very fact that we were received by members of parliament in the parliament building is very meaningful. It means that there are members of parliament from Malaysia, from all political parties who support democracy in Cambodia. This is a message sent to the Cambodian people. And the Cambodian people must be very happy today, must be very grateful to the Malaysian people and the Malaysian members of parliament.
But you asked them for any help, like to speak to the Foreign Minister or something, or Prime Minister of Cambodia?
We don't need to ask because we believe that they will promote the values of democracy and human rights, not only in Malaysia, but for the whole Southeast Asia and for the whole Asia.
Can
Can you comment on the Cambodia exerting pressure on ASEAN countries not to let you and your colleagues in? Have they been successful in doing that?
Not very successful. The fact that we are in Malaysia means that they are not successful in blocking us to move really in ASEAN countries.
Mr. Ray, and what do you mean that when you said that the investigations and measures against you can be lifted, partially lifted? Are you talking about the charges that have been, the criminal charges?
First, the partial release of Mr. Kem Sokha, even though there are still many restrictions on his freedom. But now he has been released from house arrest. He can travel all over the country. He cannot leave the country yet. And he's forbidden from talking politics, from doing politics. So we hope that all these restrictions will be lifted and that all the charges against him will be dropped. But the Cambodian issue is not the issue of Mr. Kem Sokha alone. It is the issue of the Cambodian people as a whole. So we expect that freedom must be restored for the whole Cambodian people.
What sort of support do you see in Cambodia? You talk about, wanting to return and, to the Cambodian people, but how widespread is that public support for democracy?
So you look at the result of the last elections in which we were allowed to participate. We collected 45% of the vote. 2 consecutive elections. National election 2013 and local election 2017. We collected 45% of the vote. But those elections was not free. There was a lot of manipulation. Had those elections been free, we would have won already. It is why our party was dissolved, because the ruling party was very afraid that the following election from 45, in spite of all the irregularities, we would move to above 50%. So just a few months before the election, our party was dissolved and our president, Mr. Kem Sokha, was arrested. So this is the death of democracy, and the whole world now, except China, the whole world support the restoration of democracy in Cambodia.
Okay, you say that this is the right timing now, but so on what basis you say the timing now, and right now you're still here in Malaysia. I mean, your plan to go back to Cambodia is on hold.
The right time because it is a unique combination of internal pressure and external pressure. I intended to go back to my country to be on Cambodian soil on the 9th, but I was prevented by the Thai authorities who were under Hun Sen's pressure to block me, not to allow me. So I had to find another way to go to Cambodia as soon as possible. And I have called for a popular uprising, a peaceful uprising. The Cambodian authorities were prepared to crack down. They have deployed the army with tanks, with machine guns to kill us. But I have called on the Cambodian army not to shoot at the people, not to shoot at civilians, not to shoot at innocent people. And Mr. Hun Sen is very afraid because he is not sure of the loyalty of the army. The army will stand with the people. The army will not stand with dictators. So this is internal pressure. But external pressure is the European Union, because today the European Union is publishing a report which is the basis for suspension of trade privileges if democracy is not restored. So the Cambodian government face responsibility. If they don't want Cambodia to face an economic crisis with hundreds of thousands of workers losing their job, they must restore democracy.
Are you taking up Indonesia's government's invitation for you? Especially going on Wednesday to
I have to make it very clear, Mr. Rangsi will continue on not with civil society, and because we are very concerned with the human rights situation in Cambodia as well as in ASEAN. And then when we talk about pushing for change, we have to also, and human rights, we have to talk about democracy. Therefore, our networks is very wide in ASEAN with civil society, with human rights commissions, and we will move forward as not just only for Cambodia, it's also for the ASEAN region as well. I think we would like to thank you for the press conference. I think it's a wonderful thing.
Are you going to Jakarta Wednesday to meet with civil society, or?
Is it possible? I cannot confirm. I cannot deny.
You already
But
said that you were going to Jakarta Wednesday.
we will see. I have to confirm that. But the last thing I want to say is that the issue of democracy in Cambodia is linked to the issue of Cambodia's independence. Independence mainly from China. Neutrality. Cambodia must be neutral. Cambodia must not allow China to build facilities that can be turned into military facility very quickly. So the Cambodian government is playing with fire by siding with China. And this has raised a lot of concern in neighboring countries. So I can assure all friends of Cambodia that when democracy prevails in Cambodia, we will not allow China to build any military facility on Cambodia's soil. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.